welcome back to another episode from Pale Horse Survival and Tactical. I'm Bill, glad you could join me. In this episode, we're mining gold. Stay tuned. Well, I'm out here on one of my mining claims. The location is going to be undisclosed. This is a 20-acre claim. The weather's kind of crappy today, kind of spitting a little bit of rain, so I don't know if this one's going to get cut short or not, but I'm going to make the best of it. And this is just a very small portion of the claim. I'll give everybody the cook's tour in upcoming videos. So I'm probably going to take a little break from bushcrafting for a bit. I've been hitting that pretty hard for several years, and I've been a gold prospector for about 40 years. And I thought I'd go ahead and shoot some prospecting episodes. Give myself a little break from the bushcraft, and yes, I'll be going back to that, so no worries there. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to run a couple sample pans. I'll be setting up a power sluice in a while. I started digging over here. I was finding good color. This is a big inside bend here, a huge inside bend. There's a helical flow to the water during the high water flood events. So the water will be up way higher here. And the water actually on the outside of the bend, it produces what's called a helical flow, where it actually folds over on itself and it churns. That's why you have gravel bars on the inside bend. It'll churn all the heavies. So you see the boulders and the gravel bars and everything. So I'm in a boulder field here of heavy. You can see a little bit of the raindrops here. I'm underneath some pretty thick tree canopies, so I'm pretty sheltered here from it. So I was finding there's pretty good color on this bar here. I haven't mapped out the entire pay streak, but there's enough here to pique my interest. So I've been digging over here, several pans. So the pans are running 9 to about 25 spots of color, which is pretty good. And some of it's a little bit on the chunky side. Now back behind this is the old bench. You can see all the river-worn cobbles all piled up in here. And it's very old. It's covered with moss. It's been here so long. I want to run a pan back in here. I haven't done it yet. It's the discovery marker here for the claim. I want to go back in here. Excuse me, I just had lunch, burping. I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to move some cobbles out of the way, and I'm going to dig down about a foot back in this old bench. And I'm going to run one sample pan out of there just out of curiosity. I'm curious what the color is going to look like there. You can see how the bench is up quite a ways here. And this is a fresher bench, and it's pretty packed gravel. It hasn't been washed away in some time. Some of it I have to kind of break up with a pry bar. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up, run a couple pans, and we'll see whether, if I'm going to dig here, the color's better here, or if the color's better back here, will determine where I'm going to start my dig hole. And my goal is to dig down and start a trench out towards the water. I want to dig down and hit bedrock. That should be where the bigger stuff will lie. And I suspect this is virgin ground here. I don't think this was ever worked, to the best of my knowledge, back during the gold rush. So the bedrock underneath this should be virgin. Very curious what the cracks and crevices, because the bedrock here in this area is very fissured. I'm very curious what the bedrock's going to show. So I'm going to throw a rain jacket on. It's actually starting to come down a little heavier, so stay tuned. Yeah, I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. There's about 25 little spots of color out of that pan. It probably gets better as you go deeper. It seems like this entire gravel bar is a pay streak. Every freaking pan that I've done, no matter the location, has yielded pretty good color. So I'm just going to pick a spot and start digging here. So I'm going to pick up the sluice, and it's been raining off and on. I hope I don't get cut short. Well, it's been pouring rain, guys, so I'm breaking camp and getting out of here. I have a pretty steep logging road that I have to climb to get out of here. It's going to be a challenge with it being wet now. It wasn't even supposed to rain, so it's been pouring pretty good out here. You can see the waters everywhere. But anyways, this has turned out to be kind of a wasted trip. I ran about a third of a bucket. Third of a 5-gallon bucket through here, and had the sluice all set up. But anyways, I'm packing up, and I'll just have to continue this one at another date. All right, I'm back up here, and the weather is much better. The creek has gone down probably a good 2-3 foot, and it's absolutely beautiful up here. I'm setting up a power sluice, so I'm going to get that all set up, and I'm going to take, this was the sample hole right here that I had the spots of color in, up here on this bench. The bench extends down quite a ways. Pretty good sized bench here. I'm going to take one more sample pan, probably right around here, about a foot down, just to get a feel for things. And then we're going to get the power sluice set up and start running some material. about five 5-gallon buckets through the power sluice. I'm in the process of cleaning that up, getting ready to break camp. I've dug a pretty good hole here. And then I started on up here on the bench. Started working on a hole in there. So anyways, I'm gonna get this broke down, get it all cleaned out, and get the concentrates cleaned up. We'll see what we got. All right, I'm back home obviously, and actually I've been home for several days, and I just got through cleaning up the concentrates. I ran them through the miller table and just got through doing the fine cleaning, getting ready to weigh it out. Hoping we have a grain here. So I have the weighing boat on here, and this is tared out. I have it on grain. And let's see what we have. I use a paintbrush when it's dry to have some fines. Real fine gold in there. So it looks like we have 0.042 grains. So just under half a grain. Yeah, about 0.04. It's kind of bouncing back and forth between 4.0 and 4.2. And that was from 5-gallon buckets of overburden. So as we get down deeper into that material, I noticed the pieces of gold are getting bigger. So there's a few little pieces in here. I was able to pick them up with my fingers. So that's a pretty good sign. I'm pretty excited to get down down to bedrock and see how big the pieces are down there. I think we might be in for a pleasant surprise. So anyways, I'll be shooting some more episodes upcoming on that, and so stay tuned for those. Gonna be mining that gravel bar this summer and see what we can pull out of there. Alright, I'm back on the claim to conclude this episode. It's important to note that the amount of gold that I found was just in 5-gallon buckets of material. So I really didn't run a whole lot through there. I was hoping to get more, but it didn't quite happen that way. I have a picture here, and the weather's screwing me up again. I've been battling the weather all winter. Let's go ahead and take a look at that's the gold after I cleaned it up, and there's 2 little pickers that was in there. So overall it wasn't too bad. But I tell you, I can't seem to win this year with this weather. It always targets me on the day that I'm going to go prospecting. So anyways, it can't last forever. I came up here to prospect. As you see, it's raining. It's pretty crummy out here. So anyways, we still have a lot of summer ahead. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did making it. Please like, subscribe, and share. I hope all of you are having an outstanding day or night, depending on where you're located, and I will see all of you very soon on the next one. Everybody take care. Bye-bye. All right. I didn't bring my truck this time. I came up in my Jeep. And this is a pretty good climb up a muddy trail getting out of here, and it'd be a good test for the four-wheel drive, so I figured I'd throw that in here as a little bonus footage. Stay tuned. I'm going to get pointed up the trail here, see how this Jeep performs on this trail. See how we do on this. I'm running Wrangler Goodyear Authority tires, fairly aggressive tread. See if we get any tire slippage here. Yeah, the weather's just crappy. This first hairpin is a real doozy here. This one's pretty tight. No problemo. Yeah, she took that in stride. Got another pretty steep section coming up. It's another real steep hairpin. Yeah, I brought my gear up, and of course weather forecast said it was going to clear, and nope, it is pouring. This quadra track all-wheel drive is really nice. Some water erosion on the trail here. It's not bad, but here's the next hairpin. It loops hard to the left. Has a pretty good, about a 40-degree incline. All right, here we go. Low and slow. Not even the least bit of slippage. Sweet. Really love this Jeep. Defroster's gone. Windshield misting up here. Try and do everything one-handed. Buckeye blooming out here. More buckeye. The blossoms on it. We got through the hairy section. Those tight hairpins, especially being wet, but Jeep took it in stride. Not even the slightest bit of tire slippage. Low and slow. Just let it crawl right on up. Sometimes you can throttle out, and other times you just want to take it low and slow. And don't stop on a steep grade. Once you're moving, just keep right on going if you can help it. Once you stop, sometimes you got problems getting going again if it's wet and you're real steep. It's the easy stuff here. We already got through the hard stuff, so this is just playtime here. And no, we're not going up that one. That one looks pretty muddy. Another pretty good climb right here. You see my tire tracks that came down earlier. And here we are, we're up to the top, so